This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
It was a sea of red and white as commencement exercises were held for students of the Hazleton Area School District. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Lisa Sugart in for Ken Cara. This is SSPTV News in high definition on Service Electric Cablevision Channel 513 and in standard definition on Channel 13. Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you never miss a story. Now your headlines from SSPTV and the Hazelton Standard Speaker. A teenager is in critical condition following a shooting incident early this morning in Freeland. State police were dispatched to the area of Freeland Public Park around 2 this morning for a report of a male with a gunshot wound. The victim, a 17-year-old male, was transported to Lehigh Valley Hospital, Hazelton, and then transferred to Geisinger, Wyoming Valley Hospital. He remains in critical condition. The troop and major case team was activated, and the investigation led to the arrest of 18-year-old Brandon Gambardella of West Hazelton. He was taken into custody without incident. Troopers say he will be charged with multiple counts of aggravated assault and will be arraigned. A report of a suspicious vehicle led to 2 arrests in Rush Township. Rush Township police report that 35-year-old Jason Chenoweth of West Hazelton was arrested for possessing a 2003 Audi. The car was reported stolen from Hazelton. The vehicle also had a registration plate on it that belongs to another car. That plate also reported stolen. Additional, Chenoweth had a warrant for the charge of escape filed by state police. He was charged with 2 felony counts of receiving stolen property. He was arraigned and committed to the Schuylkill County Prison in lieu of $25,000 straight cash bail. And even if bail's posted, he's still being incarcerated on a detainer from the state police warrant. Police also arrested 33-year-old Melissa Waldron of Wilkes-Barre, who also had a warrant out for her arrest. In other news tonight, the Bishop of the Diocese of Scranton has issued an apology ahead of a report that is due out later this month. The report is the result of a statewide grand jury investigation into child sexual abuse in 6 of the 8 dioceses in Pennsylvania. Bishop Joseph Bambera issued the apology that appeared in church bulletins over this past weekend. In it, he wrote, quote, "I want to take this opportunity to offer my deepest apologies to the victims of such abuse, to their families, to the faithful of our church, and to everyone impacted by the behaviors described in this report. While difficult to face, this is the only way for us to move forward in a more positive way as we learn from the past," unquote. The bishop added that parishioners will be kept apprised of new developments through various channels of communication as more information is released. Pennsylvania Attorney General Josh Shapiro is expected to release the report later this month. Today, former Pennsylvania Governor Ed Rendell announced that he is battling Parkinson's disease. This is video of Rendell on the Sam Lassant Show back in 2002. The 74-year-old Rendell stressed the importance of making a public announcement in order to send a message to others dealing with symptoms who may be reluctant to seek medical help. He said his symptoms have stabilized. Current Governor Tom Wolf released a statement filled with words of encouragement and positivity. Wolf praised how Rendell is constantly putting others before himself and how proud he is of everything the former governor has accomplished for the state of Pennsylvania. Well, 4 days after the EF2 tornado touched down in Wilkes-Barre Township, there are signs of normalcy. Power was restored for almost all of the businesses that were still standing in the Arena Hub Plaza over the weekend. Governor Tom Wolf visited the area last week. He announced the Department of Labor and Industry had activated its Rapid Response Coordination Services. As a result, a team of specialists from RRCS is already working with local officials and businesses. They're meeting with employers and affected workers to provide information about and access to services, including unemployment insurance, health and pension benefits, financial credit counseling, and more. Employees at some of the affected businesses are working at other locations, while others are unemployed because of the extreme damage. Damage from the twister is estimated at $18 million. Well, if you were out and about at all today, you know it was definitely a warm day, a muggy day. The National Weather Service issued a heat advisory that remains in effect till 8 o'clock tonight. According to the advisory, you're advised to drink plenty of fluids, stay out of the sun, and stay indoors in air conditioning if possible. Also, it's wise to check on relatives and neighbors to be sure they're safe as well. It's also important to make sure your pets are safe in the extreme heat. Bring them indoors from the heat and make sure they too have plenty of water. I'll have the latest on the forecast a little later in tonight's program. Well, this past Saturday, one organization in our area marked a major milestone. The Concerned Parents of the Hazleton area celebrated its 10th anniversary at the Hazleton One Community Center. I talked with Lily Fuentes today about a special award that was presented over the weekend.
So we had the 10th anniversary for the CPHA advocacy group, which stands for the Concerned Parents of the Hazelton area, where this group advocates for any humane rights that anyone might have. So we have a lot of families that come into the center and they ask for help because their kid, one way or another, got involved in trouble in school, and these families can't find any other help besides the Concerned Parents. So they come in and we help out. We also help immigrants. We also help with educational opportunities as well, but mostly we advocate for rights.
Now, you presented, each year you've been doing this, I guess, since the organization's been around. It's a special humanitarian award. So that presentation was made over the weekend. Tell us about that and who received it.
Dr. Gary Lawler, he was the humanitarian award recipient, where he has worked with us since the beginning for the past 10 years, and he is actually one of the founding members. So he has done a lot for us and represented a lot of individuals and a lot of people in many different ways.
Congratulations go out to Dr. Lawler. Meanwhile, Elaine Madden-Curry, co-founder of the organization, told those in attendance that the community has volunteered approximately 10,000 hours teaching adult English classes, citizenship classes, and holding a reading class every Saturday. Over the past decade, approximately 1,000 adults have taken ESL classes, and the group also has over 250 new American citizens. It was a beautiful evening as family and friends gathered Friday night in front of Hazelton Area High School. A total of 746 students received their diplomas from the district's 3 high schools: Hazelton Area High School, the Hazelton Area Career Center, and the Hazelton Area Academy of Sciences. This is video courtesy of BCTV Channel 99, the school district's student-run TV station. A huge crowd was on hand to see the students cross over the stage and move on to the next chapter in their lives. District Superintendent Brian Uplinger explained how each individual student is very special to him. Class valedictorian Hope Little's speech focused on family. Congratulations to Hazelton Area's class of 2018 and good luck in your future. Well, meanwhile, the city of Hazelton is asking residents to let them know of any problem properties. I spoke recently with Mayor Jeff Cassat about this latest initiative and more. I'm pleased to welcome back to our studios today Hazelton Mayor Jeff Cassat, talking about cleaning up the city. The summertime weather is here, the warm weather, and you're looking for people to help with this. So you've established a new phone line and some new emails to take tips.
That's correct. We're trying to get as many eyes on the street as possible. So we first hooked up a new phone line, which is 570-459-4961. It will automatically connect you to a bilingual receptionist who you could give any complaints or concerns to, and she will list them and distribute them properly. We also set up a high grass at hazletoncity.org and potholes at hazletoncity.org. So if you have any of those, you could, pass on, and at the end of each day, they're calculated, sent out, also distributed for proper care. Also, that phone number is a landline. However, I set up texting to it. So you could also text the 4961 number and also talk to the, and be in communication with somebody at City Hall.
So what's been the response? Have you gotten people calling and texting or emailing?
Yeah, it's not overwhelming, but it's nice that it's actually being utilized. Some people are confused by texting a landline because it sends you a reply back sometimes. This is a landline, but it's working out great. And it's nice that you could text or call in multiple languages. So it's really been helpful.
So your goal is to get, no high grass in the city, to keep things neat and clean.
Well, we want to keep the streets as clean as possible. Garbage, potholes, and high grass. The one thing people need to realize is that the people at their properties, they have rights. So just because you're calling us today, we cannot go on their property and cut that grass. You know, we have to go out and verify it, then we have to notify the owner, give them notice and time to actually, you know, correct the problem. So that's what it could be, you know, 2-3 weeks before anything could even be done. And if it's not, then the magistratorial process starts. So, you know, it's nothing that, you know, you're not going to get instant satisfaction with that, but we will get to it.
All right, very good. So we encourage people to utilize the emails and the phone line to call in with their concerns. Also, the police now out on motorcycles. So how exciting is that for the city?
You know, I'm excited about it. It was something that, you know, me and the chief talked about 2 years ago. We were just really looking forward to the right time to break it out. You know, our initiative is to have more community policing. You know, we want to be able to be out there, make better contact with the people. You could stop, you could talk. People could hear, you know, when you flag them down. We go to the playgrounds with those bikes, you know, up and down the streets for events, you know, parades, all that kind of stuff. They'll be utilized, you know, and they're pretty neat, you know, for moving in and out of traffic also.
More visibility for the officers, and they could stop and talk to somebody if they flag them down a little bit easier.
Correct. That's all. We want visibility on the streets. We want everybody to see the police are out there. You know, we're out there, but right now a lot of our cars are unmarked or black and white or blue. So there's no mistake in. They are police cars, and they're there to help you.
All right. Well, thank you very much for giving us an update on all of this. Hazelton Mayor Jeff Cassat, he'll be back with us from time to time to tell you what's happening in the city of Hazelton. Thanks to the mayor. Well, still to come, important advice from the Pennsylvania State Police in this week's Troopers Corner. Plus, our Ron Marchetti is here with this week's edition of Trivia Treats. You're watching SSPTV News, your place for 24 hours of your hometown news and information.
This is SSPTV News, brought to you by Samsung Productions and the Hazelton Standard Speaker.
Today, I'm pleased to be joined by Trooper Anthony Petrovsky, Public Information Officer for Troop N of the Pennsylvania State Police in Hazelton. Work zone safety, 'tis the season. We're going to be seeing workers out on all highways, whether it be state or local. Safety is so important.
It is, and actually PennDOT just made a lot of announcements today of their upcoming projects for the spring and summer, and work zone safety is a big one. You know, they're out there on the side of the roads and major interstates, just like we are working. They need to be safe. They're out there to do a job, and they're out there to make sure the roads are in good condition so we could all use it. So what we have to do is we have to be aware of that, and we have to slow down. That's the biggest thing. Slow down, get into an adjacent lane if there's somebody working on the side of the road. Slow down and move over. Even if you can't go to an adjacent lane, you could just move over within your lane. That's what we recommend.
How often, though, I mean, you're out there on the highways, do you see people that are either distracted or they're just in a hurry? That's the bottom line. They're in a hurry to get where they're going, and they're not slowing down. It's
unfortunate. A lot of people think they can make their time up on the road and leave their house late. And obviously that's why we're out there enforcing the laws. And distracted driving comes into play too. If you put your eyes down for 5 seconds to send a text, that could change your life forever. You know, these guys are out there, these guys and girls are out there working on the road, and you know, you just have to be aware. Keep your eyes on the road and get where you're going safe, and make sure everybody else is safe on the road.
And the fines are increased if, heaven forbid, you're in an accident and it's in a work zone area.
Absolutely. In an active work zone, every fine is doubled. And that's a lot of money, and it's definitely points on your license, which could lead to a suspension.
So this can be very problematic for the person doing it. Obviously, we're worried about the person that's in the work zone that could get hurt or even killed. But you need to be aware because you might not have a driver's license after this.
Absolutely. I mean, the fines are steep. There's definitely going to be points involved in an active work zone. The fines are doubled. And you could lose your license or have a hearing in front of PennDOT depending on your previous driver's record. You know, it's just important to be safe. You know, eyes on the road, get where you're going. Driving is a privilege. It can be taken away from you, but it's more than just you yourself. It's everybody else out on the road too.
Best advice, leave early.
Absolutely, and steer clear of emergency workers.
All righty. Great advice when you were out there this summer. I'm sure a lot of people heading out for vacations and just traveling in general because the weather's nice. We want everyone to stay safe, whether it's you behind the wheel or the people working to make your roads better. So please pay attention.
Time now for weather on SSPTV News.
Well, it was a muggy day in downtown Hazelton. That heat advisory in effect until 8 o'clock this evening. Let's check in now with the latest forecast from the National Weather Service. For tonight, it looks like scattered showers and thunderstorms mainly after 1 a.m. Some storms could produce heavy rain, cloudy with a low of 68. For tomorrow, keep the umbrella handy in the morning. Isolated showers in the morning, mostly sunny with a high of 79. At night, partly cloudy, low of 58 degrees. There is a chance of showers on Wednesday, mostly cloudy with temperatures around 77 degrees. That chance of showers continues Wednesday night. Cloudy skies, low of 58. On Thursday, plenty of sunshine, a high near 80 degrees, clear overnight with a low of 54, and we end our week with plenty of sunshine, a high of 78, and Friday night cloudy with a low of 59 degrees.
Tonight's weather is brought to you by Valley High Food Drive-In, the area's oldest ice cream and fast food restaurant. Stop by for our ice cream and yogurt, now featuring fat-free, no sugar-added soft frozen yogurt with flavors like vanilla, strawberry, and strawberries and cream. We also have burgers, hot dogs, fries, and much more.
For daily hours, call 570-455-5362.
That's Valley High, Route 93 in West Hazleton, and like us on Facebook.
Time now for our weekly segment, Law Tips, right here on SSPTV News.
My name's attorney Alexis Falvello. I'm with the Falvello Law Firm. Sometimes we get questions from clients and they have issues with the current car insurance that they have. We'll get clients that come in that have been involved in a car accident and they're told by their insurance agents that they do have full coverage. However, that's not often the case, depending on what your definition of full coverage is. There is a difference between limited and full tort, for example. If individuals have limited tort coverage, they are only entitled to recover economic damages alone. That would be any out-of-pocket expenses to them, such as wage losses, medical bills that they're paying, but that's really all that they can recover. If you opt for full tort, although your premiums will be a little bit higher, you will be entitled to pursue pain and suffering damages or non-economic damages. If you have issues or questions with respect to the coverage that you now have, feel free to call us at Falvello Law Firm. Your case is our fight.
Time now for our midday winning lottery numbers from the Pennsylvania Lottery. Our pick 2 is 5-2, pick 3 419, the pick 4 1547, pick 5 35779, and the wild number is 3. Ron Marchetti coming up after the break.
What was the only major league ballpark with special ground rules for a theatrical stage in the outfield? Hi, everybody, and welcome to Trivia Treats on this June 18th. Nobody will know the answer to that stupid question, so don't even think about it. The question again, what was the only major league ballpark with special grounds for a theatrical stage in the outfield? Answer. The New York Metropolitans of the American Association, popularly known as the Mets, moved their ballpark from Manhattan to the St. George Cricket Grounds in Staten Island, New York, in 1886. While fans that year enjoyed the added attraction of a view of the Statue of Liberty being assembled across the harbor while watching a game, few were willing to travel from Manhattan to watch a losing team. In June of 1887, a stage was built in right field for an elaborate show called The Fall of Babylon, which featured live animals and was held under electric lights at night. Balls hit onto the stage were ground rule doubles. The show was a hit, but the ball club was a losing proposition. After the 1987 season, all the players were sold and the Metropolitans went out of business until the New York Mets showed up in 1962. Staying with baseball, on this day in 1938, exactly 80 years ago today, Boston Red Sox first baseman Jimmy Fox only had to swing his bat twice, while tying a major league record of drawing 6 walks in 6 plate appearances against the St. Louis Browns. The year was 1938. Also on this day in 1951, 67 years ago today, in the only start of his major league career, White Sox pitcher Luis Aloma pitched a shutout to defeat the Philadelphia A's 9-0 at Shibe Park in Philadelphia. He was pressed into service as a starter because Chicago had to play 5 doubleheaders in a span of 10 days. In 4 big league seasons from 1950 through 1953, all with the Chicago White Sox, Aloma posted a remarkable 18-3 record with 15 saves in a total of 116 games. Till next Monday, be a good sport and stay loose.
Good evening, everyone. Here's today's Talk of the Town. Cunningham Crime Watch will meet tomorrow at 6 p.m. at the Cunningham Borough Building. There will be a guest speaker and 5 items on the agenda. For more information, you can email the email on your screen. The American Red Cross will be having a blood drive on Wednesday, June 20th from 1 p.m. until 6 p.m. at the Freeland American Legion Post number 473, located on 523 Center Street in Freeland. To schedule an appointment, you can go to redcrossblood.org or call 1-800-RED-CROSS. And Palermo Heart to Heart will be having their 28th annual golf event taking place at the Sugarloaf Golf Club on July 8th. Breakfast will be at 9:30 a.m., followed by a tee-off at 11 a.m. Dinner will be at 4:30 p.m. at Whitetail Preserve. For more information, you can visit PalermoFoundation.org. And that's today's Talk of the Town. SSPTV News would like to send our sincere condolences to the family and friends of these recently departed. David Bertoldi of Shillington. The Harmon Funeral Home and Drums will announce the arrangements. Evelyn Bird of Latimer. Funerals Wednesday at 2 p.m. at the Latimer United Methodist Church. Friends may call Wednesday from 1:30 to 2 p.m. at the church. The Joseph A. Moran Funeral Home in Hazleton is in charge of arrangements. David Lee Berger of Hazleton. Friends may call Tuesday from 5 to 8 p.m. at the Heller Funeral Home in Nescapec. Edward J. Gatine Jr. of Hazleton. Mass is Wednesday at 11 a.m. at Most Precious Blood Church in Hazleton. The Hazel Chapel of the Crofton Hughes Funeral Home is assisting the family. Shirley A. Searfoss of Highland. The McHugh Wilczek Funeral Home in Freeland will announce the arrangements. And Gladys Foos Shell of Shenandoah. Services will be held at a later date under the Stauffer Brensick Funeral Home in Ringtown. Attention pay-per-view subscribers. If you see your name now on SSPTV News, you can call in and win a free movie from Service Electric Cablevision. Today's winner is Ann Bros of Tamaqua. Call now and leave a message of 570-455-7267 extension 104 for your free movie.
Tomorrow, I think we're going to throw a party. Our one and only Ken Kara is back after a well-deserved vacation. He'll be back at the desk tomorrow night, so we'll be hearing stories, I'm sure, of his space explorations while he was on vacation. He'll have a lot of things to tell us and to tell you probably as well. And remember, you can always take us wherever you go. Just download our SSPTV app, and you can watch all of our shows, any of them, SSPTV News, Out of Left Field, The Girls, The Sam Lassant Show, you name it. They're all on there, so you can watch them anytime right on your phone or on your computer. So download it today. Have a great evening, everybody. Stay cool, stay inside. Bring the puppies and the kittens inside as well. Make sure everybody has water. We'll see you back here tomorrow night. Enjoy.
Watch us online anytime at ssptv.com and follow us on Facebook and Twitter.